Lovely internet friends, welcome. How are you feeling? Are you feeling bullish? Are you feeling bullish that you see the market green once again, and you feel the tingling in your heart, huh? Poking in your stomach. What's going on? How are we doing today? I assume we're doing well. And we're full of, we're full of euphoria and optimism that the market is going to actually going to go back to the previous all-time highs and maybe surpass them, because why else would it go to the previous all-time highs, right, if it doesn't surpass them? I'm not with you guys. I'm not with you. I really agree with the chat here. This smells like a scum pump. It's just too easy. It's just too soon. I have a bunch of cats behind me. What's going on? Yeah. I have Mr. Gatoshi over here. Yeah, and I have another kitty. How can I show you show that kitty to you? Yeah, here you go. It's in there. You see it? Tiny kitten. So guys, back to our subject. I'm not bullish. And this is always, as always, this is not financial advice. This has nothing to do. This is me thinking out loud. This is me avoiding to answer calls from friends asking me, hey, what do I do? What are you doing? What are your DeFi positions? Are you selling? Are you buying? What are you doing? I can't be doing these conversations every day. I can't have it like multiple times a day because multiple people are calling. So this is why we're doing whales tales. And this is not a financial advice in any way. I have too much of a thick accent, and I'm just a random person online. You shouldn't follow any of what I say. You have a different risk profile. You have a different kind of a different sized portfolio. You have different responsibilities. You're in a different age. You're in a different place in your life. You're in different geographical locations. There's so many variables here that are different. So just do you, I do me. But yeah, here I am just sharing the cryptocurrency adventures. For those that are new, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. For those that are here since the beginning, yeah, guys, we're gonna make it. Worry not. For those that are new, I'm a Bitcoiner first of all. My biggest position in the crypto world is Bitcoin. Actually, in the financial world, let's not kid ourselves. I'm holding most of my net worth in Bitcoin, and then I'm still at USDC. My second biggest position is stablecoins. It's not USDC. It's actually a mix of USDC, USDT, and UST. Fortunately, there was no cash. Fortunately, there was not much mix. There was a little bit of mix. We're gonna talk about these things. Definitely, the Cashio thing it was too close to me. Was too close to us. I'm pretty sure some of the viewers here kind of most probably lost some funds. We're gonna talk about all these things for sure. Third position is Solana. Fourth position is Ethereum. Sixth position is Cosmos. Seventh is Osmosis. Eighth is a bunch of other coins that I have no fucking clue. I don't even look at them. It means not much. But we're still shitcoining. We're still playing around. Again, I wanna make myself clear. I don't think that this is going to be a bull market that is gonna take us back to all-time high. I wanna be wrong. I don't trade these things. I'm not trying to catch knives. I'm gonna wait for a clear trend reversal to start buying stuff again. I'm not in a hurry. I did my financial management and I did my risk management back in the end of November. And I remember I was telling you all these too good to be true things most probably are not true, and you should be really careful. If you remember correctly, we did say these things. Of course, we did not sell the all-time high. We were in Lisbon at the all-time high, if you remember correctly, and when we're not gonna buy the all-time low. You should come to terms with these things. This is part of the game. It doesn't matter. Like, buying a couple of dollars over the lowest point. Let's say Solana, what was the lowest point? We went down to 70, 78 at some point. And let's say we go back to 250. Let's say we do that. Now, is it a huge like loss if I buy Solana back at 230, 240, sorry, 140, 150? Right? Is it such a huge loss? Aren't we all in this bandwagon here that we're going Solana to the moon, Solana to $1,000, Solana going over like all these like no traction coins, no DeFi coins? Like we go to top 20, we've seen the top 20 so many times. Like, come on, we should go over BNB. Isn't it right? Can't we go over 72 million? Yeah, we can. We should. Here we go. Let's do this. BNB, look at this. Fourth, $72 million. We are under Cardano. Come on, Charles Hoskinson. Come on, brother. You know you have no value compared to Solana. Look at this. Terra is killing it. We missed Terra. We were too focused with Solana. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that Solana can climb. We can get XRP and BNB to actually split their market cap across the competent L1s, or at least the ones that are like BNB is just children's casino. We've spoken about it many times. The only reason it's on the fourth position is because it has all the volume from Binance Exchange to easily transfer to the decentralized Binance chain. Come on, guys, it's called Binance chain. Like how? Like, what a poor name in order to actually pass for the decentralization, you know, to push the decentralization narrative. What a terrible name. And guys, I'm not saying Solana is gonna flip Ethereum. I'm not gonna say Solana is gonna flip Bitcoin. This is like crazy talk. Ethereum is Ethereum. Ethereum is working towards upgrading. I think the bull market is going to be connected. The next bull market is going to be connected to the Ethereum upgrades, to the transition to Ethereum 2, and the market is going to start getting hot. The speculators are going to start speculating about all these changes that Ethereum is gonna go through. And then we're gonna be talking about, hey, is this event priced in? Is it not, etc. We need stuff like that for the bull market to ignite again. And if you remember back in the day, when it was summer of 2020, the DeFi summer, the Uniswap summer. It needed some crazy shake, the Ethereum world, because I think that the pump started from DeFi stuff, from protocols like Uniswap and allowing AMMs, the birth of AMMs and DeFi. That's what ignited the bull run in 2020. Half the year, like it was, if you had to describe with one word the reason it was the trend had reversed was Uniswap. So I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we have any news like that. I don't think all the weak hands have sold. I don't think we've gone to the maximum pain levels. We never really dropped. Going down to 38k. What was it? Is not that bad, really, guys. It's like if you compare it with the previous one, we went over to 20k and then we dropped down to 4k. That's a significant drop compared to now. We can argue that the sizes are different, the market caps are different, the players are different, so they wouldn't allow for such volatility and for such lows. On the other hand, I'm not that convinced. The world is in a pretty shitty condition at the moment. Wars in major what's called gas and oil pumps and issues with the international community and nuclear war threats and still having pandemic in many countries is rising again. Is like the 5th or the 6th wave. The whole planet is suffering from inflation. You know, it's one of those kind of like, it makes no sense at the moment. Not saying I'm not saying that I can't be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want us to be euphoric again and search for all the new protocols and go through the Riptide open source project and go check their repositories and join their Discord. And do you remember that we used to join random Discords from the hackathon projects and say, hey guys, we're on Whale's Tales, checking your it was shitcoin talk back then, checking your project and having fun. Where are those days? Where are those days? I think they're gonna come. I just don't think they're here yet. I want myself to be wrong, but I can't. I'm too cynical. I'll open a beer. Maybe it's gonna fix this. You never know. You never know. You never know. I played 2 hours of tennis today, so I'm allowed to drink a beer with you guys. It's been too long. It's been too long. It's been too long. So yeah, I'm still waiting for the trend reversal. I'm not catching any knives. We lost enough money in the OHM Forks of Solana. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Oh, so thirsty, right? So guys, in other news, yeah, I'm seeing Duckman X is saying about Invictus. Yeah, guys, we lost a lot of money in that Invictus shit. We lost a lot of money. It was not only Invictus. I have to say, maybe Invictus lost me the least amount. No, I'm not sure. God's DAO was also a slap. All the OHM Forks were horrible. Babylon was horrible. Everything just fell apart. I'm so glad Grape went with Social streams instead of Invictus Flare. What a wise... What... Like thinking back, kinda. I remember the DAO was presented with 4 different offers. That's the Grape DAO. Listen to this. This is pretty awesome. We had to choose, and we had voices shouting like crazy. Shout out to Durden out there that was pushing for Invictus Flare, for synthetics. He was pushing for everything other than social streams. And I remember I was like, let's go with the guys that are playing it safe, that are playing it, that they're not naming their product bonds because it's not bonds, it has no debt involved. I like the idea of, hey, we are honest, and our goal here is to give freedom to the projects issuing those products. And I liked the notion, and I supported Social, but the community, in order to issue those bonds, let's put lots of air quotes around that word, but it's easier to actually convey the message by using it, because we all understand what we're talking about. But again, remember, there's no debt, it means it's not a bond. So we were presented with Invictus Flare. I was talking with the Invictus innovator, awesome guy. He really wanted us to launch with the first batch of projects, but I personally did not like the non-flexible engine that they were giving us. They were saying, these are going to have 5-day maturity. Grape wanted 30-day maturity. So I was like, why not flexible? Then we had the offer from Synthetify. Synthetify said, we are building the POL engine and we're gonna have it audited, but it's gonna take longer. It's gonna expect it on April. Okay. Then the third one was actually Olympus DAO itself. Olympus DAO Pro had multiple times said that they are also going to expand to Solana, because they could see that there were plenty of projects cloning, porting, because there's no forking. One is one is Solidity, the other one is Rust. So there's no way you can actually fork the code to Solana of Olympus. So Invictus actually had brought the idea and they coded it themselves. They ported it, they translated it. I have no fucking clue how to name it. You understand. So Olympus now saw the success of all the other imitators, and they said, we're gonna come to Solana. And we had Socian as well. Socian streams. And wisely, and I'm proud of the community that it was wise to choose the Socian streams. They were the ones that actually are still around, actually build the product, actually maintain the product. They haven't suffered from any kind of giving up and getting bored, because in my eyes, Invictus was a successful protocol. It had $40 million in its treasuries. It had a working product. It had beautiful UI. It had a fine community. It had mind-blowing art. I just didn't understand why this guy just pulled the trigger. Why did they self-explode? It's like they gave the community, and this is why this comes back. It's so fucking weird. It's like, why do you ask non-experts about what to do? It's like making a poll on how we're gonna fight COVID and having the people decide instead of the scientists. They made a poll and they opened it to everyone. They put it on Realms. I just disagree a little bit with the thought. And they said they gave a self-explosion option. They said, we're gonna give a salary to ourselves to continue working in this protocol because we've been doing it without any pay, which is perfectly fine. The second one was, we're gonna transition to a different kind of project narrative engine. I have no idea. It's like we're gonna redefine ourselves. And the third one was, let's liquidate the treasury. And guess which one prevailed? It just didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense. Who allowed that to happen? I just know. It's beyond me. It's beyond, even, keep it fucking going and issue an NFT with those awesome art holes that you've made, man. There are so many things you can do. The community was good. Innovator guy was really good. I really hope they build something and they give us some fuck, man. What if they build something and then they get bored again? Shadow from the comments here says, that's decentralization. Man, you are right. That's decentralization, but if the option was not given, it wouldn't have even crossed the mind of most investors. They wouldn't say, where is the option to liquidate the treasury? It's like, what? Why would you liquidate the treasury of a project that works? I don't know, man. I don't know. If again, this is my classic phrase of washing my hands, and distancing myself. So if I had a gun in my face and I would say, what happened to Invictus? I wouldn't say that it was the community that pulled the trigger. I think it was the devs. So it was the devs that actually pulled the trigger. There's no way, man. That has to be kind of, they had already arranged it. They had already agreed on, let's just move on with our lives. The Olympus narrative has died, and devs shaft rug. Yeah, they got bored, man. They were like, yeah, let's go for kite surfing and traveling and clicking, taking pictures. You know, they must have gotten bored. There is no fucking way that the community was like, yeah, let's liquidate the project. Like, big disclaimer here, eh? I have no information. I'm just thinking out loud and making things up. So please, 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 please. I'm looking at the camera in the creepy way. So please, 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 lovely friends, don't take anything of what I say seriously, and certainly not as a financial advice, right? Ah man, I love drinking beers and talking to my friends, my internet friends. Yeah. It's basically just put it out there so they can say the DAO pulled the plug. That's what Shadow is saying. Yeah. Like, it's your name is Shadow, obviously, but maybe it's Shadow X. Shadow X. SH8. Shade. So I'm not sure what the fuck happened there. So like with the elephant in the room, man, we need to talk about that. We have to talk about Cashio, right? We have to talk about Cashio. Because you can go to Whales Tales episode 114, 115, 116, and you'll see that we always go to Atrix. Like, and it's fucking funny. It's funny. I lost nothing. It's super crazy because go back in time, like not much, like a month ago, 2 months ago. We were always here. We were always here going to query protocol. So you would go to query protocol, and we would go browse rewarders, and then we would say, like, no. Sorry. Let's rewind. We would always start Whales Tales, and I would go through my DeFi positions, and I would tell you, hey guys, I have all my shit in Francium, my USDC is in Francium. Like a month ago, it had 2%. APY was 2%. Now it's 10%. So I was like, I have all my shit in Francium, and it's just passive lending. I don't want to take too much risk. I've spoken to the Francium guys. I've played with their platform since early. I love the way they are facing like the whole the user experience. They're building their platform, the way they are including the strategies and the freedom they give. I like their vaults. I like the platform. What can I say? And traditionally, like from experience, I've seen that the best live and forget platform in the Solana ecosystem for lending, for the lender, not for the borrower. If you are the borrower, that's a different story. You go to Solend. But if you are the lender, you go to Francium. Sometimes you can go to Tulip, but you go to Francium. So I would always go through my DeFi position. I've told you, my USDC is here, my USDT is here, my MSOL. I have no MSOL actually. My Sol is here. I have also my Basis and my Shadow. Everything is being lent here. Live and forget. Now, we've always seen that Solana has pretty good APY. Now, it's low, on the low end, the 6%. A week ago, it was 12. So it's playing between 6, 7, 10, 11, 12 sometimes. So, pretty good. That's what you would be getting if you were staking. And if you were staking, you would have a penalty of 2 weeks or whatever to wait until it fully unstakes. So it might not be the most efficient way, but this is the most passive way. If you are the borrower, Solend is amazing. Parenthesis, disclaimer, because it's something that I've heard, it's something that I've spoken about, and we had a project here, Goblin Gold, that actually tracks Francium and claimed that their front end, their UI is lying, that the APYs that we're seeing here, the 6% is not real. and it's much lower. And he said that you shouldn't believe what you're seeing in their website, and you should calculate it. So I'm just laying out the information I have. So, but I am using Friktion. But we were always saying that this is not the highest APY you can get into stables. There is much, much, much higher APY you can get. And we would go to query and we would say, let's check the Saber protocol stuff. And we would find some pools that had like 46% yield in stables. So you would see, like, there was a pool. My God, how did we get out of that? So there was a pool that had cash HUSD. So it had cash from Cashio and it had HUSD from Hubble. And it gave 46%. And we were like, this is a stable coin pool. Now, 2 episodes after losing a bunch of money when Mixture.money lost its peg. And we had an episode saying it is important of what we call stable coins. It's important for the community to protect itself and police the word stablecoin, because I can make a stablecoin that is pegged by my shit coins and or some super volatile asset. That's not a real stablecoin. And then we have all these decentralized stablecoins, centralized stablecoins. We have a bunch of different flavors. We really need to be careful. Sometimes, you know, it's not ice cream, it's toothpaste. It looks like ice cream, but it's fucking not ice cream, you know? Could be anything. And what happened was, now if you see, where are the 46% APYs that we would see? We have a USDH, USDC here, fantastic, 25%. Where is the 40%? We have Sol USD, USDH. So now the high APY pools are the USDH pools from Hubble, which is, again, you collateralize assets and you print, you collateralize LP, you collateralize assets and you print a stable. Now, what are all these things? In theory, they work. In theory, everything is good. But what if there is a bug? What if there is an exploit? What if there is some kind of way to mint an infinite amount of USDH? Well, no. What happened was with Cashio, and here I'll just tell you a little bit in my own words. I'm no dev, it doesn't matter. So, what happened in Cashio and why? So, Cashio's, let's go to their profile, you'll see. So, on the 23rd of March, Cashio tweeted, "Please do not mint any cash. There is an infinite mint glitch. We're investigating the issue and we believe we have found the root cause. Please withdraw your funds from pools. We will publish a post-mortem ASAP." Important fucking information. So what went down, I'll tell you in a TLDR version, because yeah, you can go read, you can go read what happened from the Saber blog, because Cashio retracted their announcement because they had some good news. Like they we'll get there. So let's go to what happened. In order to mint cash, you needed to deposit LP. Which LP? You need to deposit USDC, USDT LP from the Saber pool. So what Cashio didn't really do is Cashio was an open source project, and theoretically, open source projects are much more vulnerable because any attacker can study the code and find vulnerabilities. While if it's a closed source project, the attacker cannot study the code and find vulnerabilities. He needs to start blindly. So Cashio is an open source. And what they failed to do was they failed to establish the root that verifies that whatever you actually put as collateral is the real collateral. So what the exploiter did was created fake USDC by creating a USDC and then assigning that account and USDC mint and doing all these things that to create a fake collateral account, and then kind of tricked Cashio to accept that collateral. So here, like you can read it here much better. It says, on March 23rd, 2022, an attacker exploited an account validation vulnerability in Cashio.app, using Saber cache pools to be drained. The attacker first crafted fake crate and arrow accounts, then was able to pass them in as valid accounts to the bank program which controlled the minting of cash. So they failed to actually validate that the collateral was what the how can I say it? They failed to validate that this was real USDC. Let's put it like that. That it was a real token that held value. Then the attacker then swapped all the tokens out of Solana through wormholes and other bridges, withdrew 52 million worth of stablecoins via Paraswap and Curve, which are both stablecoin AMMs on Ethereum. 52 million were drained. 52 million. To prevent further exploit, the Saber team paused all withdrawals into Cashio pools, then worked with Cashio.app to freeze their smart contracts and contacted protocols using Cash to ensure they were aware of the hack. The total duration of the incident was approximately 1 hour. We also requested the Cashio team to keep Cashio.app offline as of March 23rd, 2022. We have engaged and we're working closely with partners to hunt down the exploiters. A 1 million reward is offered to any information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for the hack of Cashio.app on March 23rd, 2022, or the recovery of the stolen assets. You can reach out to bounty@saber.so. They give timeline, they give all the things. The root cause of the exploit was an account validation bug. The bug allowed the attacker to craft fake arrow and create accounts which Cashio protocol believed to be valid. Thus, they were able to create more cash. Soteria is UXT. So now it's weird because they lost. They lost 52 million. They made Cashio was completely destroyed. Saber and the Macalinao bros and Sunny and all the Tribeca crew, Cow and everybody in that boat, the same fucking people, they all pushed cash a lot. They pushed it a lot. And, you know, code gets audited and then code changes and the audited disclaimer on the website is not removed, you know? The moment the code is updated, even by one line, the audit is completely obsolete. And we never really check for that, right? We never actually do that. So we can't believe anything anymore. So the weird thing is, the moment this happened, Saber and Cashio tweeted that, hey guys, we don't have the money to reimburse you. Like, we're sorry. We can add a $1 million bounty, and then we can wish you good luck. And then they had a message towards the exploiter saying, hey, exploiter, if you're reading this, please talk to us. And this is where I get even more doubtful. This is where I'm getting like really weirded out. And you tell me I might be the crazy person here. So the attacker, the exploiter, reached back. Like, look at this. The Cashio app hacker just announced that they will accept refund submissions. I've created an open source website for victims of the hack to make generating and saving message signatures as easy as possible. Where's the so the attacker wrote this message and signed it through the account, the Ethereum account that holds the funds. So the guy who holds the $52 million in the Ethereum wallet, with that Ethereum wallet, he sent a transaction to himself and included this message that's on my screen in that block. So this is the person that holds the $52 million. Now, who's that person? We don't know. He could be from the Cashio team, which is, that's wild. I'm just spitting bullshit here. But this is just fucking weird. You'll tell me. I don't know. I might be the crazy. So this guy just sent them a message after they said, hey, exploiter, reach back, please. And the guy says, I have refunded accounts under 100K, which held cash directly and Saber Cash and Saber Cash USDC LP and Saber Cash UST LP. The intention was only to make money from those that do not need it, not from those who do. We'll be using the ETH gains to return more funds to those affected. So Ethereum went up, so with the gains, he'll give even more money. So there's a chance you'll even make money. I have no fucking clue. Let's read. Even some accounts with more than 100K will not return funds to accounts that already received a refund. Okay. So you can't make money. Instructions. We want Jim the Reaper and Saint Eclectic to leads the organization. They have shown to be leaders. For each person affected, the following exact information is required for us to consider return of funds. 1. ETH address to send the returned funds to. All returns will be done in ETH. 2. The original Solana wallet that held the cash or cash LP pair, even cash LP pairs that we did not take, like Pi Cash or AE meme cash, will be returned since it is our fault they lost money to arbitrage bots. If the LP is held by other owner, like Sunny or Query, then a transaction proving that you own the LP and the account that you own is needed. This message will have to be signed by the account that you own instead of account that directly owns the LP, since that will be Sunny or Query. Thank you. If already sell or buy LP or cash, show transaction from before the hack to prove how much you had. Man. The amount of money to be returned. Why is this fucking spelling like that? Can't you just get a spell checker? An explanation of the... Like, this is the wildest. This is the wildest. An explanation of the source of this money and why you need it back. More detail is better. Why money will not be refunded to rich American and European that don't need it. So it will be returned to the rich Chinese and Russians, right? Well, Russian oligarchs should have their stables back, right? They should definitely should. Like, all this information must be signed by either the original account owner of cash or the LP of the account that staked the money into Sunny or Query. Bad sign or incomplete information will result in no return. We'll choose who gets a return. Might get all back or some back or none back. But all the requests together in one file. Returns will start next week manually. Will take some time. Also, God of Flight and all other are scammer. Only trust message signed by account. Now, imagine you are this guy, girl, group, doesn't matter. And you just, in 1 hour you did like that, and you have 52 million. And then your next idea is like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna drown myself into a bureaucratic nightmare of procedures in order to refund people. It's like, what? Who the fuck does that? It's either you just put it all back and say, I'll get the million. I just wanted to prove a point that you all suck at coding, and you all suck at auditing code, and you all suck at trusting those who tell you so. I would go with that. Now, going through like, you'll get some, you'll get none. I'll decide. Here's how you do it. You need to do 3 backflips and 50-50. You're like, all right, man. All right, just, you have nothing better to do. You just can't go fly to the Bahamas and drink a gin and tonic, right? You have to go through that nightmare. Things should be simpler. I'm just, I don't know. What do you think, guys? Can you please comment? Can you please speak on the chat, speak on the comments, and tell me, what the fuck do you think has happened over there? Like, who did that? Why are they going through this nightmare? Why are they doing this process? Returns. Who returns? What do you return? Who's having fun? How can this be fun? You know what's fun? Fun would be to go start buying NFTs with that money and start messing with markets. It's 52 million. You can go nuts. Just sending to charities, suddenly send, to the decentralized football academy down in Africa, send them enough money to build a stadium, It's like, that's fun, Really shaking the waters is fun. Trying to arrange refunds. That's not fun. Like, I don't like that. I prefer to go and buy a private plane and fly to the Bahamas, right? So, what's the moral of the story here? What should we learn? Once again, we come to this question, to this reoccurring question that we see with failed stablecoins. This is the 3rd or the 4th time we have this conversation, and we always end up at the same point, because remember, we did that. The first time we spoke about this was when the Iron Bank collapsed. but in Ethereum with the that was part of the Yiffy, of the Yearn finance strategies. It was the Mark Cuban burn. So we spoke about what do we call stablecoin and how does the community deal with this shit back then. Exploit, distraction, collapse, and loss of the peg. We made the same conversation when Mixture.money lost its peg, and I realized that it would cost me more money to retrieve that money than to just let that money go. I just accepted my loss. Now I have some useless things that were one day called dollars. They're not. The third time was is this one. Yeah, so for sure we've done it 3 that I can remember quickly. I'm you know, why aren't we gonna do it a 4th time? I'm not gonna name any protocols. There are a bunch that I can name, but I'm not gonna, because I don't wanna jinx it. I don't wanna have to go back in this episode, Waves Tales 119, and say, oh my god, look at me, I just said the name and it happened. So why wouldn't it happen again? So I know past performance doesn't indicate future performance, but if we had to make a fucking trend analysis and we had to do a prediction model, what remember, has anybody done any financial statistics and do some ARAM models and some like all these weird fucking models? You know what it would tell you with certainty. With certainty it's gonna happen. It's not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. So it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. Now, chances are, if it's on USDC, they're gonna reimburse you. Otherwise, they're gonna have big issues with the American government. So that's a positive thing on the stable, on the centralized stablecoin, where the peg is kept by a physical centralized point that actually every time you buy USDC, they take $1 and they add it into their vault. In these cases, like, they will turn to law enforcement and they will prosecute anybody that's like, fuck yeah, bullshit. There is no chance. And I have to say, that's a big blow for the Saber team. That's a huge blow for the Saber team. They lost a huge amount of trust. Huge. They fucked up. They pushed it so much. They backed it. They offered huge rewards. The cash cow was the meme. I don't think they should be able to recover from this. I don't think they should. They most probably will, because they're a smart team with a lot of funds and good partners. But it's too big of a fuck up. It's too big. They adopted cash. They pushed cash. They have a lot of money to audit that. This we're talking about people's savings. It's just too much. In my personal opinion, which I met with the Macalinao guys, even like we said goodbye in the airport in Salt Lake City. They are brilliant, but that's a huge fuck up. Huge fuck. And the fact that they said, hey, we're not gonna reimburse you, and then you have all these like, yeah, turning back. I can't buy that anybody's doing this. I don't know. Maybe I'm also I'm too cynical to accept that there is, there are morals other than mine in this world. That if I think that's not possible, or if I think that's shady, it is actually shady. There is high probability I'm completely delusional myself. I see people are saying this is like, Lou says maybe hacker got some bad conscience. Shadow says maybe hacker wants to see people beg for their money. Man, people are gonna beg for their money no matter what they say. Like if you go to the hacker's Etherscan profile, you'll see underneath in I'm pretty sure. So let's find it here. Let's find. I can't find it right now. That's the issue. So the best thing is to find the Ethereum address that they hold the fund, the 52 million, and then go on Etherscan and go check the comments. There's gonna be a bunch of people begging for their money. I see Maverick is saying hacker is from their own team. Des Casino is saying that is naming all the protocols that have stablecoins in Solana. The Reaper is coming. I'm not gonna even say those names. I don't want to say those names. It's bad fucking karma. I don't want any of these guys to have any issues. And much more, I don't want anybody to lose their money because we love DeFi and this is coloring DeFi with really negativity, with real negativity. So yeah, let's avoid it. But yeah, I'm with you, Des Casino. And as I said, this is not going to be the last time. We're going to have the fourth time and the fifth time and the sixth time. And I'm pretty sure one of those names you just mentioned is going to be in our conversation. So yeah, let's wait and see. We're going to be here. Whales Tales episode 536. Another time a stablecoin loses its peg, and another time the community failed to police itself on what it labels as stablecoin. It's funny. It's funny that I in so many episodes we said that the most optimal rewards-wise strategy for stablecoins was those like Cash HUSD, Cash UST. Those were the 46% APY. But I told you, we're like I should be doing that. But something feels wrong. And we've said, and if you go to Whales Tales episode 114, I say that, I stress that word. I put a lot of weight in that word. I say that Cash, theoretically, that's how it's said, theoretically, is safe because it is backed by really reputable protocols. And I said that word, theoretically. So as you see in theory, it's all dandy, it's all safe, it's all audited. But in reality, you change the line, there's no audit. So, and that's the beauty of non-upgradable projects, contracts. When we were talking about what Curve has done, what Yearn Finance is doing, what they are doing when they make a strategy and they release it in the wild and it's non-upgradable, meaning that the dev team doesn't have the private key to upgrade the smart contract. The smart contract is what it is. It cannot be changed. Nobody has the keys. And that smart contract has been audited, which means that smart contract is safe. Or at least theoretically safe. Because it's audited by beings that make mistakes. And you'll never find you'll never get to the end of it. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So make sure, guys, that you spread your bets, especially when it comes to stablecoins. They might all seem the same. They're not all the same. Studies, like, there's no way to protect sometimes. Like Cashio, who would have thought that? Who would have thought that would have happened? Like, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. You should check it out, guys. And I think that was a huge fuck up from the Saber team. Like, you realize I'm not talking about the Cashio team. There's no Cashio team. They're all they're all together. They're all a bunch of friends. There's no way there's a randomness. There's no way Sunny is not somehow related to Saber. There's no way. They must be sharing like a building. Must be met in a party. They are jogging together. They all belong in the same book club. I have no fucking clue, but there is a connection. There is no way there's no connection. Another quick info I want to give you that I have moved a little bit of stuff in the Friktion vaults. I did it like a week ago, 10 days ago. I just didn't have anything to do with my Saber, so I added a little bit of Saber here. As you see, it's 111,000 coins. I added also a little bit of FTT. I had 100 FTT lying around, so I just added them in there. No financial advice, just playing around. Very small amount of money. So, meh. Let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen. You know, Friktion. Then maybe they find an exploit and they drain the vault. You know, you never fucking know. On the other hand, shout out to Friktion for actually creating the instructions for realms, treasuries to deposit in their vaults. That's a huge upgrade, and that was initiated by a conversation with Bloodbath, and then I joined the call, explained the mission, and they actually prioritized the mission. I drank the beer. The beer is empty. Half a liter, just like that. Now it's time for water. And this is not going to be a really long episode because it's a bear market episode. Don't get euphoric. Don't let yourselves get euphoric. It's not worth the euphoria at the moment. It's gonna hurt you much more. It's like getting back with your ex. You know? No, don't do it. This casino is asking about a ratio finance. I need to look into it, man. I haven't really done that. When AMA? Why don't you put me in contact with them and we can discuss about an AMA? For sure. Why not? I'm happy to talk to any DeFi project. I'm really looking for alpha. For anybody that hasn't been following, go check the previous stream. We had an AMA with Marinate Finance. There was quite a lot of alpha in there. Quite a lot of alpha. So much unrevealed plans, timelines, important decisions to be made, and like huge use cases for MNDE token. They're gonna, there's a rev share. This is how I'm gonna put it. There is the revenue share on the MNDE. There is a DAO, and there is a bunch more. But go watch the AMA. Plenty of alpha in that one. Oh, another shout out that I really want to do. Big shout out. Some friends of mine are working on a project called Anatoly The Cat. Wow, both cats are in the... Look at this. So there is one cat in there. There are two cats in here. Look at this. So, Anatoly the Cat. It's funny because now the little guy is called Tolly. So we have Tolly from Anatoly and we have Toshi from Satoshi. So Toshi and Tolly, Gatoshi and Gatoli. They are both rhyming, so we can go on. I need to go check if anybody actually proposed the Tolly, and if they did, I'm gonna send them 1,000 grape. Shout out to Anatoly the Cat, NFT for top trumps, NFT top trumps. Nothing to do with President Trump, so don't get confused. This is a card game. The art is lovely. If you notice, the cat really looks like Gatoshi. I'm pretty sure the inspiration came from there. This is again not financial advice. I'm not encouraging you to go buy in any way. Please don't do it if you don't like it or if you're not willing to play the game. I just know the people that are working on this that are actually Solana fans, NFT fans, and their lead developer is extremely skilled. That's all I know. And since it looks like Satoshi, I'll most probably go buy one, hoping that I'm gonna get Anatoly the Cat. So go check it out. Still a long way to go. No mint date, no mint price, no game release date. So everything is question mark. But shout out to these guys. Again, guys, there is never a paid promotion. There is never a financial advice. This is just me sharing what what I lay eyes on. Des Casino is saying dog shit coins much better than cat shit coins. That's a card game. Yeah, but I get what you're saying. So you see, you have charisma, mischief, strength, and intellect. You make a deck of 5 cards, and you pick a card, you pick an attribute, and then you challenge your opponent, and you actually compare that attribute. And if you have a higher number, you win. You get a point, and you get to the next round. And that's it. And that's it. So fun stuff. They've been working, but let's see how this is gonna go. Again, go get into their Discord, ask questions, or don't do it and just ignore. Yeah, that's it. So before we end it, I wanna talk a little bit about Grape. Some things that actually I've been noticing and I kind of like. So what I noticed, and what you should notice as well, is this is the most important thing. So as you see, there is emissions. We used to give quite a lot of grape every month, and emissions have stopped since February because the community has voted to stop emissions. So the board proposed that the goal of this monthly emissions is distribute grape in a wide and fair fashion. And they
don't pit.
Thanks, better spectator. Thanks for being here for 10 months. My God. I need to. Oh my God, I need to invite you all for a summer party or something. So it's really weird. It's really weird, guys, because the DAO board thought that this is gonna go through. And you see, everybody like 54.1% voted no. 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 No, 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 no. And all the big accounts. So you see what's happening. Small accounts with little amount of grape are voting yes. So these guys have been getting the grape and selling them. But these guys that are voting no, they have big amount. 200k grape. 147,000 grape. You see? These are big amounts. 147k, 155, 68k, 231. So these are big accounts. The big accounts that hold a lot of grape obviously don't want any more grape to be emitted. So what happened? What happened is they voted no. So what happened is there's no more emissions. There's no more grape being generated. It's really weird. So there is, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm so curious. I'm so curious. And this is also extremely fun. Decreasing proposal threshold to 200,000 grape, meaning that you can create a non-chain instruction by holding 200,000 grapes. So you can actually say, like, look at this. This has 4.2 million grape inside the vault. The vault has 4.2 million. That's about $71,000. It's not a small amount. It's a rather largish amount. I mean, you'd be happy with 70K, right? Suddenly, boop, 70K. Now, by holding 200,000 grape, you can create a new proposal. Create a new proposal. You can say instruction, transfer funds. You can say stealing the treasury. Yo. I'm not going to post it, so there's no need to put any description. You can say... So no, that's not a vote by a council. This is a vote that we vote with our grape. We're going to say transfer tokens, select account, balance. This has 4.2 million grape. Amount. I go here. I click on this. Destination account. My wallet. Amount. 4,280,000. Here, I'll let you have the 447. Now, I can create a vote to fucking steal the money. And if the people are not smart enough and they don't read, they're like, oh, grape, let's vote yes, let's vote yes. They'll vote for the money to go in my account. And I'll make 70K. And you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna invite all of you subscribers for the past 10 months, like Bector Spectator and all the lovely friends I have, to go to Mykonos and spend 5 days in mega rich villas. You know? That's what we're gonna do. So, are we up for it? Shall we go steal the treasury? It says, man, this is experimenting. This is, and you know what Grape is considering. You're gonna see the treasury grow quite bigger. I'm not gonna say anything more because you should see it before I say anything. But this is decentralization. This is the money controlled by on-chain governance, and it's fun. It's fun, and you know what? It creates a game theory where how much grape do you need in order to actually steer the decision of the board towards your direction, and then steal that. Is it less than $70,000? Because if it's $69,000, you can make $1,000 just by stealing that. If there was no slippage, if you could actually sell 5 million grape and not destroy the price. 5 million grape, like there is 69 million grape in circulation. You would add like an 8%, 8.5% on the. That's quite a lot. You would drop 8.5% of the total circulation. You would slap the market down to its knees. So yeah, better not do it. So if you notice here, you know what's that? It says it has 65,626 something. So that is a Radium LP. So Grape DAO has a treasury that owns the LP of the liquidity pool, the LP token of the liquidity pool in Radium, the Grape USDC. So these are the earnings from the sale of the Socian bond. So any Socian bond that is being sold, so you go to Socian, you go to products, you go to streams, and it's zero now, doesn't matter. But if you go here, Ugh. I need to talk to them. Does this take them? It takes them. So yeah, if anybody buys that bond here, then the LP goes to the DAO. It's good. The bonds ended. The bond didn't end. The bond got sold out, man. The bond is 0. There's going to be a new one tomorrow at 12 UTC. So if you want to get a Grape bond, make sure to be there. I'll make an announcement before that through the Grape protocol. Socian is going through the Grape protocol Twitter account. Socian itself is going to announce it before the bond goes on sale. So there's going to be 3 announcements. One I just did. Tomorrow at 12 UTC, there's going to be a bond here. It's going to be lasting for 3 days. It's going to be 100,000 pieces. I assume it's going to sell out within 2 hours. But again, the previous one did, and I did not expect it to sell within 2 hours. So there's going to be an announcement from the Grape account. There's going to be an announcement from the Socian account, and there's going to be an announcement in the Grape Community Discord, and there's going to be an announcement from the Wales friend account. So plenty of announcements. Don't give me shit if you don't manage to get any. There's going to be more. Now it's always going to be somewhere around market price. So if the price pumps, the discount is gonna be smaller. But you know what to do. You know what to do for sure. Grape is working on some cool stuff. He's working on improving the UI of Grape, the user experience in general of grapes.art. We are working on open sourcing all our tech, and we are also working. And this is the most awesome thing in the fucking universe. This has never been done. It takes tokenized communities to a very, very different level. Listen to this, and let's keep it between us. We are making programs that actually control the verification through DAO voting. So verification for a project is going to be set at 1,000 Grape. So if you want to be a gibbon, you need to hold 1,000 Grape. That 1,000 Grape is going to be connected with realms and will be voted by the community. So if me, by holding over 200,000 Grape, can make a proposal to increase the verification requirement for the Grape server, the gorillas, from 30k, whatever it is, 23k, to 1 million Grape, I can propose that. And if the vote passes, then it automatically triggers an instruction that makes the verification bot change to the number that was voted. It's not on me, it's not on the fat lady pushing the button to do it. There's no centralized authority. If the instruction passes, that's how the verification is going to be set. It's crazy. Des Casino is asking if the bonds are going to be Grape USDC, Radium LP again. Yes. The goal of the Grape treasury is to own its liquidity. So as the liquidity, the LP token is accumulated inside the Grape treasury, then that liquidity will never go to another pool because it is owned by the project itself. So if a pool offers 1 million APY, there is no need for that. There is no way for the liquidity in the Grape pair to move to that crazy giving APY. So the idea is, and since the Radium LP is the one that actually engages in this kind of mercenary moves, where capital is going to move to the highest APY instead of staying loyal and keeping the market alive for the project that it has deposited to. But that's the reason we partnered with Social and we're offering these streams. We are trying the DAO, not we. I'm part of the DAO, so yeah, we are trying to own our LP. And guys, I really want to stress out that Grape, like owning Grape and not being in the Discord server means that you are missing the social APY, because every epoch, every month, automatically there is a distribution of 1% of your total membership, which means, and this is again, once again, the only tokenized community that does that, groundbreaking, and this is a way of social mining. If you are in the Discord, you are receiving more APY. It has nothing to do with pools, it has nothing to do with DeFi. This is you being in Discord receiving stable automatic APY. So if you're not in Discord, you are missing out. And if you are not using your voting power, you are doing a disservice to yourself and the community. You have Grape laying around, not deposited into the governance, which is not locked in any way. You can anytime remove them and sell them if you want to sell it. There is really no limitation. So I'm not saying you should do it so like, oh, now I convinced a bunch more people to lock and lose the ability to move their coins. No. But participate. I need your voice. I need your support. The community needs your support. And there is, and I have to say, 200,000 Grape to make a proposal that allows you to move at the moment 70K, tomorrow 500K, and after tomorrow $5 million just with 200,000 Grape is really pushing it in the game theory side of things. Really curious to see what's going on. Really curious to see what's going on. Lots of cool things are happening in Grape, and we're planning on a huge meetup. It's going to be invitation only. It's going to be taking place in Athens, Greece. We've booked a fantastic location. We are arranging more events and more talks. It's going to be focused around DAOs, Solana DAOs, NFTs, on-chain governance, and other radical futuristic concepts like these ones. We're gonna have some extra curricular activities, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I wish you can all come. We'll definitely open signups soon. I'll give you information. There's going to be in the beginning a team building 2 days for only the Grape team, the Grape core contributors. We're gonna meet and discuss some Grape things. Then we're gonna have a beautiful registration opening day. Then we're gonna have 4 days of building together, talking about grants, and also discussing with important projects in the space. Like I don't want to release any names before we have any banners and medium posts out, but it's all the superstars of DAOs in Solana, all the big DAOs, all the big projects, all the big NFTs, or at least the big DAO NFTs, and for sure anybody who's building tools on Solana that have to do with governance and DAOs is gonna be there. So it's gonna be a smallish event. Don't expect breakpoint and shit. This is gonna be maximum 150 to 200 people attendance, and it's gonna be invitation only, which is gonna result from signups. I really want to see many of you and hang out and show you Athens around and have a blast, because it's honestly, if you haven't visited the city, you really can't expect to see anything similar to the rest of the European capitals. It's totally different. And on that note, I think I'm gonna close the show. We did 1.5 hours, like the good old days, like the bull market days, like those days that we had 200, 300 viewers. But you are the core group. You are the group that is going to make it, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have you, and I really hope that you're not gonna get shaken out from any of those lost peg stablecoins. Please stay around. See you next time. See you on Thursday. Let's hope the portfolios are gonna remain green. Let's hope that I'm totally wrong and we are going for a bull market that is gonna blow my mind. That is gonna make my pants yellow. This is gonna be insane. On that note, with 2 cats, 1 into the bag, 1 outside the bag, I'm gonna wish you good night. Love you, friends. Love you so much. Take care and be careful.